I hope everybody had a great Easter. I know I did. I spent some time, ate some food with some family, which is always good to see. Generally, see them on the holidays, and it's always nice to see family because I really do value relationships with family members. Um, so I just want to take this video to go into how I defend myself with cerebral palsy. You might think that it's hard for me, to defend myself, and I might be more of a target for robbings or muggings or that sort of thing because of my disability. But I mean, I think it's more about whether you can. It's not always about whether you can defend yourself, but I think in life it's about where you associate yourself. What I mean by that is who you associate with and places you go. Um, it's important, especially when you have a disability, a mobility disability, to be careful on where you go. Um, it always takes a long time for me to, build trust with people. I used to be more trustful of others, but now it's kind of, I got to get to know people more than I used to. And that's primarily because of life experiences. But I think it's a good thing because, obviously I've never been mugged or beaten up or anything, and I think that's partly wise because I choose wisely on who I associate with, and I really have to, in order for me to build friends with somebody, I have to trust them, and generally, I have good friends who I do trust, and I generally always trust family, but friends I do have, and it takes a while for me to build trust, but it is something that can be built, but it takes a longer time with me than I think it would for average people. But I also, it's not always about who you associate with, but it's about where you go. I try to avoid bad sections of town. I go to, gas late at night sometimes because sometimes I work late. And if I do go out like to a big city or something, generally at late, generally I'm with other friends of mine that I trust, and even if I was alone, I probably wouldn't be mugged. Just I'd avoid areas that are dark. But in the United States, that the thing that one of the most important things to live a happy life is to associate with yourself, with people you want to be around, and who actually bring you up rather than tear you down. And I think that's kind of why people sometimes are so miserable, is because of the people they associate with. And sometimes you feel for people because they're not brought up in a good circumstance, and that I know that'd be very difficult. But and also you have no control over that. But I do always carry a knife with me just in case something were to happen. But like I said, nothing has ever happened. But just in case it were, I don't know if those would be much help. But I've thought about owning a firearm, like a little. I do own actually a single shot shotgun, which isn't going to do much good, if you're out walking or something. But a little handgun in your pocket or something, that might do some good. But also sometimes those things can do damage, like you might get in an altercation verbally, and then get trigger happy because somebody made you mad or whatever, and shoot them. But I don't think I'll ever get in a situation where I'll be mugged, just because I am pretty careful on who I associate with and where I go. So I think that's primarily the most important thing to do when you not always when you have cerebral palsy, but just when you're a productive person. Just, to be careful on where you go.